Hello guys, it's your boy Draken here, and today we're gonna talk about Succession Warrior. Um, I'm gonna try to pass down everything I've learned about Succession Warrior this past few weeks, as well as my preferred add-ons for PvP and which combo I preferably use in most scenarios. So without further ado, let's begin. First of all, explaining my gear and why I am using this gear. So first of all, the Thunder Print armors. I've got my dual falling god over here. I've got my C4 Giant, my C4 Uragon, my C4 Bags, and I've got double Tomb Red instead of the most preferred Narc combo over here, simply because I want to hit my Succession AP brackets as quickly as possible, even though this is a C0 Carforce level 0 Xarga. I'm planning on hitting C5 with it really soon. And of course the Tungra belt. I went for the HP enchants simply because the Q block classes work really well with the HP enchants, and of course the DR belt enchant because it's a DR class and it works really well with damage reduction. Now these are my total stats. I've got total main head AP 540, Awakening AP 542, which I don't use as a succession class. My accuracy rate is 823. Yes, it's a little bit on the low side, but it's enough for most DR classes. Accuracy rate 2%. This basically switches depending on your add-ons. Evasion is something I don't really care about in a DR class. This is why I skip referring to evasion, because most classes are gonna have 140% hit rate against you anyways. And I'm interested in damage reduction, in range damage reduction, and melee damage reduction. 442 and 448 respectively, and my damage reduction rate from my DP bracket is 21%. Now I'm also using Iron Wall combo. I always like to use Iron Wall combo in PvP. I know I'm losing to some DPS, but I feel like the tankiness I gain is well worth it. Now, which add-ons I'm using? For PvP, I have on counter the minus 15 DP, 10 seconds for a target. We're going to explain why later. Critical hit damage plus 3% for 5 seconds. On Piercing Spear, which is something I like to use for engagement, I use attack casting speed for myself and movement speed. And Spinning Slash, I have all DP minus 15 for the target and 15% chance to down smash the target. On Ground Smash, I have all DP minus 50 for 10 seconds and movement speed 7% for the target. On my Solar Flare, I use accuracy and movement speed buffs for me. And on Pulverize, extra damage to human plus stun and 15% to down smash the target. Now, which skills I leave open and which ones I lock? So, Actual Slash, we'll leave that open. This one, you lock it. You don't need it, you're never going to need it. Actual Deep Thrust is something I tend to use when somebody tries to engage in me. If you can get this catch, it's a really good catch. It really catches most people off guard because not many warriors use it, so you gotta practice a little bit to learn this, but it's a really good thing to use if you can master it. Ground Roll is something I like because I mostly use it in PvE and not in PvP. Prime Heavy Strike is a great filler if you're out of your main combo, which we're going to show right now. Forward. Alright, so something to note about forward slash. Now, if ultimate forward slash is learned, movement distance will be increased. So you need to learn this in order to get more distance for your prime forward slash. Thankfully, this was an issue back in the day it was saying decreased, but now it says increase, which is a really good fix by PA, and I'm glad they fixed it. Sideways. Now, sideways is not something really common you're gonna see warriors using, but I'm at the spot where I really feel like it can be a great filler for movements. Like if I don't want to use my airframe, I can do this for something a little bit more flashy. Generally, though, my opinion is that you should keep it locked. Since most of the people who are watching this guide is probably going to be starting out in the first steps as succession warriors. Now, you've got Splitting Slash, which is a really important part in my combo, as you can see later. Piercing Spear is something I use for initiation and for self-buff. Absolute Frenzy Dash is something really good I like to use a lot. Prime Ground Smash and Prime Earth Tremor is also really good for your combos. Prime Ground Slash, the same thing. Takedown is your grab. You need all these three. Absolutely. Absolute Kick, block the shit out of it. You don't need it. And you need to level Kick, Absolute Chopping Kick 3 and Absolute Chopping Kick. So you can use your Chopping Kick to cancel out different moves. Prime Shield Strike is a really good skill if you can use it. Let's say, as you can see, it's a knockdown. This knockdown is really good to use in PvP. However, I find it really hard to incorporate into my combos simply because it's an RMB skill, and for RMB I use Steel Charge to move around, and this might actually confuse me whenever I'm trying to use it. From guard, I log the actual sync counter, it's total crap. I log Hilt Smash and Furious Blow, I log all these. Steel Charge and actual Steel Charge is really good for your movement, and Shield Boost is something you need to lock. Period. Charging Thrust and actual Charging Thrust, I use it all the time. And Warcry is buffing you and debuffing your enemies, so it's really good. And Meditation is, let's just say, I use skills, right? Let's say I use a skill. I can use meditation to quickly regenerate my energy over here. Now, fitness training, prime fitness training, you should unlock all these. Increased grip offers you 30% grapple success rate. It's really good. Soul Warrior gives you 10% attack speed. Skill Hunter is for PvE. Unyielding Might, apologies. All special attack damage plus 1%, this is also really important, which means your critical hit rate is increased by 1%. And Infinite Mastery gives you max HP and accuracy rate plus 2%. On level 5, that is. The previous levels are just HP. Yeah, it sucks HP. Now, skill enhancement wise, I use Frenzy Spear, Shield Tide, and Dust Class. Dust Class is something I don't really use at all. Don't even bother. Shield Tide, though, and Frenzy Spear is something I really use in my combos. So, we're gonna use our Warcry, which is hotkey to number 6. We're gonna use our Frenzy Spear into grab, into SLMB space, into SE, into SRMB, into Scars of Dusk, into Pulverize, into Earth Tremor, and Ground Smash. So this is my preferred combo to use in most PvP scenarios. It's a pretty simple combo to use, and it's a combo which primarily utilizes most of your skills. So yeah. Now regarding Solar Flare is something I use for movement. Instead of my Rebam, I can use Solar Flare to grab and basically switch my combo around based on my needs and keep somebody knocked down for an infinite amount of time. if I need to be that the case. So yeah, pretty cool stuff you can do with your add-ons and your skills. And this is why I use these add-ons, because you can easily keep somebody for a very long time down smashed, and hopefully your AP will be enough in order to kill somebody. So let's just repeat our simple combo. We're in Q block stance, as you can see over here. So we're gonna press 6, right? 2 into grapple, into counter, into SE, into pulverize, and we can finish it over the Scales of Dusk, and into a Grand Smash, and into Earth Tremor, and I keep on going because he can't really stand up that fast. So as you can see, this should be enough for you to finish up the enemy. It's a very easy combo to learn and a very easy combo to use. So yeah, that's basically what Succession Warrior is about. The next thing I want to talk about is movement. Movement is something that a lot of warriors neglect, and they think that warrior is only for Q block stance. I do realize it looks cool, especially if your die is really nice, but let me talk a little bit about movement. So Succession Warrior has quite a lot of movement in his kit. Forward slash is his movement, shield charge into counter. I think I forgot to lock something over here. No, everything is locked. So into counter, into spinning slash, his iframe, which is evade into shield charge, and of course frenzy dash and solar flare and his rebem. You can use all that in order to move around the defense and of course be able to like escape your enemies. But there are a lot of combos you can do and a lot of ways to link your movements in order to both use your movement skills in maximum efficiency and of course prevail against your enemies. So all in all, this is everything we could say about Succession Warrior in a pretty short amount of time, and I hope it was clear for everybody and easy to understand. If you have any suggestions on how to improve my guides, or if you want me to redo something or retest something, or probably give you some live footage of how to use the combos, please let me know in the comments down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Took a swing at a wrecking ball and I prayed for my downfall, and I found a way to reconcile, 'cause in my heart it's not worthwhile. It's a bloody battlefield where some go down, others heal. In the end it's all the same. All you can do is play the game.